So fear of death is obviously a natural thing, but if there was a way that you could experience life after death before you die, wouldn't you be interested in that? I found it fascinating because when I started on my spiritual journey, that was one of the things that I was told. Basically, you're not the body, you're a spiritual being having a material experience, and if you become conscious of your real self, then that's your eternal existence that you're conscious of. So if you can experience your real self, then you're basically experiencing life after death. And yeah, this is something that I've been sort of pursuing for the last 28 years. How to experience life after death. But I must say that it's not just trying to strive for something that is going to happen after I die, but the actual process um, of attaining that experience is very, very, you could say, pleasant, very joyfully performed. And I must say that I have definitely experienced it. So when you engage in a spiritual path and you connect with your eternal self, your real self, becoming self-realized, then you can experience that life after death. You experience that which will continue forever. So what do I mean by we're not this body? When you think about your life and how your body's changed from boyhood to youth to old age, then you can see that we are witnessing these changes, right? That you've got a completely different body now than when you were a child. And it's not just that that body is stretched and become bigger. Actually, every 7 years, all the cells in your body replace themselves. So you've actually got a different body now, you know. You've actually got a completely different body. But you witness those changes. And you're constant. The body changes, but you're constant. So you're living beyond the body. You have existence beyond the body already. You know. So at the time of death, it's a very drastic change. And over the last however many years, your body's changed, but very, very gradually. And but in principle, it's the same thing. Your body's changing, but you're staying the same. You know, the fact that we can remember the past body means we're the same person, and that we're actually eternal. You know, so that's pretty profound. Yeah, so it's possible to experience life after death before you die. By undergoing a spiritual journey of self-discovery, your real self. The real self is the soul, is the spiritual energy. The symptom of the soul is consciousness, and the symptom of life is consciousness. That's the difference between a living and a dead body. When somebody dies, then the body is there, but they're gone, right? So what's gone? The person is gone, right? The person is not the body. And the actual what is left, the difference between the living and the dead body, is consciousness, right? Consciousness is actually a symptom of the soul, but our consciousness is directed towards our bodies, our senses, what we're experiencing, what we're interacting with in the material sense. So um, we are linked in to the temporary, and we identify with the body. You look in the mirror and you think, there we go, that's me. There I am. But it's the body, right? So because we're so intimately connected with the body, because we identify with the body so much, we feel that I'm gonna die. You know, but you leave the body. You don't actually die, right? So how then to connect with that? Because all we know is the body. You know, yeah. And the way to connect with that's another topic. But for now, just to understand that it's actually possible is important. That it's possible to experience life after death before we die. That, I think, is also very important. We first have to get that, then we can be dedicated to the process. Yeah. If we don't, if we doubt that it's possible, then we won't do it. But I think the proof of the pudding is in the tasting. And in the next video, I'll run through actually what is the process, how to do it. But yeah, we can experience life after death before we die because we are eternal souls, we are eternal beings, and we're not the body. We think we're the body, but we're made of a completely different energy. We're made of spiritual energy, and the spiritual energy is eternal. Yeah. So I look forward to telling you about the process.